On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, Obama has no Middle East strategy. Ted Cruz said that the White House is talking about a government shutdown, and the United States bans toasters, kettles, and hair dryers. That and a lot more, so stay tuned. Okay, people, this is the first article of the day, and it is an article written by former Senator Ron Paul. The article is saying Obama has no Middle East strategy. Question mark. Good. Underneath it says, what does this mean in practice? Which is underneath the title. There's also a video here of Ron Paul saying that basically, he has no, strategy, but anyway, I'll read the article. Last week, Barack H. Obama admitted that the administration has not worked out a strategy on how to deal with the emerging Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, ISIS, and dominating force in the Middle East. However, ISIS continues its march through Syria and Iraq. Many in the U.S. administration believe it is, in the words of the Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel, a threat that beyond anything we have ever seen, because they funded them and basically virtually let them cut them loose in the entire area. My opinion, of course. It's not opinion, it's a fact. Chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, Buck McConnell, made it clear that fighting ISIS is going to cost a lot more money and will bring the U.S. forces back into Iraq for a third time. The post-Afghanistan peace division disintegrates. McKinnell also said last week that ISIS was a threat to build and faster over a period of time also. And to be honest with you folks, I thought it just said previously, we're funding Al-Qaeda. All they did was change the name. And now they're saying that they're going to come across the American soil. I bet you any money with this attack, with these 11 or 13 planes that are missing from Libya, they're going to do something with these with these planes. So I'd like to keep your eyes peeled, but as the article says, basically they don't have a strategy periodically, because basically Obama is a Muslim. I mean, he really is. I'm not kidding. He won't help. He won't even attack them. It just goes to show how fake the war on terror is, and how a facade it is, and everybody keeps falling for it. Okay, folks, this is the second article of the day here, and guess what? It's an article about Ted Cruz. The title is called Only White House is Talking About Ted Cruz. Excuse me. Only the White House is talking about a government shutdown, Ted Cruz says. And it was written by Sebastian Payne. As the article says, the other political 2016 presidential candidates who spoke at the Americans for Prosperity conference this weekend included Texas Governor Rick Perry and Senator Ron Paul of Kentucky, were outstoned by Senator Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, representative of Texas, whose rabble-rousing whose ruckus, rabble-rousing speech centered on hawkish foreign policy, repealing the Affordable Care Act, known as Obamacare, everybody loves to know it, defending constitutional rights, and addressing the situation on the southern border. Following the speculation that another government shutdown is on the horizon over immigration reform, Cruz accused the White House of floating the idea. There is one person only talking about shutting down the government, and that is the White House. I mean, he actually opened the borders, and this is at the Obama I'm talking about here. He opened the borders almost 9 months ago. Infowars have interviewed all of the what do I call it? The Border Patrol, the Vice President, the President of the Border Patrol, and ICE. They told them all of this stuff, and basically there's a terror attack that's supposed to happen before or on September the 11th. 10 years after the two planes crashed in the World Trade Center and the thing came crumbling down. Or should I say, imploded. Or should I say, blew up right in front of our eyes. To get us into the war on terror. I mean, don't you see what's happening, folks? We're losing our civil liberties here. A video bit of positive Washington says that in England they are now going to ban toasters, kettles, and hairdryers? Whoa, wait a minute. You're straight tripping right. But anyway, it's a video, and I'm just gonna let the video speak for itself. The article's named Nanny State to ban toasters, kettles, and hairdryers. Alright, this is Eurocrats gone wild in new attack on consumer freedom. And here is Paul for watching for this special report. Enjoy.
The nanny state EU has banned many types of vacuum cleaners and is also set to prohibit kettles, toasters, hairdryers and lawnmowers in the latest example of Eurocrats gone wild. 2 years after a complete ban on incandescent light bulbs, today saw the start of a ban on vacuum cleaners that use over 1600 watts of power, all in the name of preventing global warming. That same global warming which over the last 2 years has resulted in an increase in the Arctic Sea ice cap by 42% or 5.6 million square kilometres, the same ice cap that Al Gore said would vanish completely by 2014. But even if you believe in the dogma of man-made global warming, this EU ban on appliances still makes no sense. If you cut the power of hairdryers by a third, then what are people going to do? They're simply going to use their hairdryers for a third longer. What kind of frigging imbeciles are coming up with these policies? The ban on high-powered vacuum cleaners, or in other words, ones that actually work, has caused a run on popular models in the United Kingdom, with sales soaring by over 50%. Retailers now face government inspections and the prospect of being shut down if they sell anything over a pathetic 900 watts. But that's not all. The European Commission plans to impose energy limitations on another 30 electrical items next year, including toasters, lawnmowers and kettles. And remember, while the EU does its level best to hamstring the free market with pointless restrictions that won't even save energy, China and India are building hundreds of coal-fired power plants every year. This has nothing to do with saving energy or saving the planet.
Well, there you go, folks. Paul Joseph Watson just said it right there. Has nothing to do with saving the planet. It just has something to do with taking more of our liberties and grabbing control for the global elite that basically have a serious problem here. I mean, basically, if you think this is a sick joke, it's not. It isn't a game. Well, that's all I have for today. And remember about the articles, please go to the links below or go to Infowars.com where you can find 100 articles just like this one. The article I've just read. This is Infowars. News Blitz, I'm Randall Gundam, and now it's time for me to watch Sailor Moon.